buenas a todos, bienvenidos a una nueva entrevista en Eurovision Info. Hoy estamos con Reiley, uno de los participantes del Dance Melody Grand Prix. Reiley, thank you for accepting our interview and welcome to Eurovision Info.
Nice, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, so as Antonio said, you are one of the contestants for this year's Dance Melody Grand Prix, hoping to represent Denmark in Eurovision 2023 in Liverpool in May. First of all, before we start talking about the competition and the song and stuff, how did you feel when you got chosen to enter the competition, and what are your expectations from this contest? And yeah, tell us a little bit more about yourself. What are your influences in music, and yeah, what made you enter this competition, basically?
Okay, so I'm from a really small place called the Faroe Islands, it's a really just tiny country, sort of like close to the UK, just like north from the UK. But we're a part of Denmark, so we're in the Danish kingdom. And I've been making music and doing social media and that kind of stuff for a while, and then started releasing my own music last year. Sorry, 2 years ago now, because now 2023. So I've been doing music in a bunch of different places. I signed my record deal with an American record label. My management is in London, and I've done some stuff in Asia as well, but never anything in sort of like where I'm from, in Denmark or Scandinavia or anything. So I think that's what I'm the most excited about and looking forward to with this whole thing, at least the first stage before we move on to the finals, is that I can be in Denmark and I can sort of like connect with an audience that is like in my home territory. So that's sort of like what I'm focused on right now.
Nice. Cara?
Usually ask the same question in your question, so we can just move on to the next one.
Okay, sure. So now let's talk a little bit more about Dance Melody Grand Prix and this year's competition. So can you tell us a bit more about what inspired you to write this song and select it to enter Dance Melody Grand Prix? What made you decide, like, okay, yeah, this is the song that I want to represent Denmark with?
Right. So I've actually had this song for a while. I think I wrote it like a year ago or something with these amazing writers who are also fellow Scandinavians. Two of them are from Sweden, one's from Norway. Wrote it at a time, when I was going through a particular thing, this sort of like toxic like relationship thing where you really like a person, but they're not good for you, and like you keep sort of coming back and stuff. And then I related to it a lot at that time, but then time went on and other songs come out and I have other things that I'm doing, and I kind of forgot about that song, but it was still in my folder. And then once this came about, this whole Eurovision thing, my manager brought it up to me and he was like, it's gonna be a really great idea because we can put this song out and it could work really well. It just seemed like an obvious thing, like it's such a Eurovision or like it felt like a song that I wanted to bring to Eurovision. I felt like it fit very well and has a lot of different opportunities as far as performing and stuff. So that's sort of my thinking.
Nice. Yeah. And also, like, talking about like your background, we know that you did a lot of concerts and you work a lot of like in Asia, like in Korea, for example, where you collab with some K-pop bands on songs such as, for example, Moonlight. Would you say that K-pop is one of your musical influences, and it really like do you think in this song we can hear some K-pop influences because of that? Or yeah, what's your opinion on that?
I wouldn't say that K-pop is a musical influence, but I definitely would say that it is an influence in some sense. There's so many parts of K-pop or that music industry in Asia and in Korea particularly that I just find super fascinating. Their attention to detail, the aesthetic, they just care so much about entertainment, which is very fitting if you think about it in like Eurovision terms, because that's what Eurovision is about, right? It's about music and about performances and putting on this grand, amazing show. And just like everybody that is in the show or that competes wants to kind of like outdo everybody else, right? Like in their own way. Songs are different and people have different vibes, but everybody just wants to put on the best show and just entertain to the max. And that's very much what I think K-pop is all about. It's just like 360 entertainment. And I think that's what I look up to a lot.
Mm. Yeah. And now talking about a little more about the songwriting process of this song. When do you start writing this song for that Melody Grand Prix? And yeah, a little bit about how was submitting the song to the contest, and what are your expectations for the contest with this song?
So the song, like I said, was written, I think about a year ago now. I could be a bit off with the time frame, but it was something like that. And I was doing a bunch of different sessions. I think it was sort of like, not at the end of COVID, but it was sort of like people were writing again and stuff. I was in a bunch of different rooms and stuff. And these people are honestly really are one of my favorite writers. I love their writing style, and their production is just so great. I have another song with them as well, which isn't out yet. And as far as submitting it for the Danish Eurovision, you know, my manager did all of that stuff, so I actually don't know what that process is like. But I feel like with this song, I'm now, having heard all the other selections, or from all the other contestants in the show, I feel like it fits in very well. I think the lineup in Denmark, you know, despite what you're into, because there's obviously like a variety, I feel like it fits very well in, which I was like happy to know. Like I was wondering about the lineup before it came out, and I feel like it's a very sort of, it's a diverse selection, but still very Eurovision, I would say.
Of course. And you're competing obviously in Dance Melody Grand Prix in about 2 weeks' time now. And obviously you will be performing there. And what sort of staging can we expect from you? I'm kind of imagining in my head right now, like very minimalistic, like some bright colors, maybe some pink, maybe some blue. Like what can we expect from you on stage?
Yeah, I think you're pretty spot on. I think there will be that like Reiley minimalism, and there definitely will be colors. We're playing around with some props here and there, some dancers, and moving around on stage. And you know, I really just have done everything. My whole team, we've done everything we could to maximize, well, because there's obviously limitations. Well, we can't do everything, right? Because like there are 8 different contestants on the show, so I would have loved to go way further, and maybe I will be able to if I go on to the finals. But we really have put everything into this, and we're really happy about how it's gonna look.
Amazing. I can't wait to watch it. I'm gonna be watching from home, because I thought I was not gonna be able to see all of it because he's gonna be in Malta, but I'm gonna be sitting at home and gonna have Denmark on one screen, Estonia another screen, Malta there, every single. It's a big night.
I love that.
It's gonna be amazing, and we'll be supporting you, and I'll probably like a pink maybe to match your aesthetic.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Literally love it.
You need to give us a little bit of clues like before the performance, so we can match you for the performance.
Exactly. I'll have B leak some little hints.
Perfect. Can we expect something
got it.
similar? Can we expect something similar from the video, like that you released? Something like a
Yeah, I think so. I think I would say that we've taken the video, which is just out now.
Yeah.
We've taken that video and sort of like sprinkled it on stage, and it'll be some of that, but it's also a bit different, like this vibe as well, like hearts and
Love the jumper.
perfect.
things.
Love the jumper, very fitting the theme.
Yep.
I love it. Yeah, and about the music video, like I heard that you came up with the idea of making the videos like on your own, and like how was the process of making the video and like the aesthetics? Because I guess that you also, when you write music, and especially for this contest, like you have to have like the vision of how it's gonna be on stage and everything, you know, the aesthetics and everything. So how was the process of making the video yourself, and being your own director and everything, basically?
Well, the process was, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit of a nightmare, because I ended up doing so much of it myself, which I knew I was going to, but I guess I didn't know exactly how much work it was going to be. So it ended up being a much longer process than I was hoping it was going to be, and a lot more work. But it was also just super rewarding being able to do my own video, because I have a background in photography and video and filming and all and editing and all that stuff. So I knew I could do it. But I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. But it was super great. And yeah, I think you're right. The creative part of it, it really is what fuels me. It's the reason I do it. And I think being able to bring that to life on stage is like a dream.
Was it your first like self like film music video or self like created video?
It was the first like major music video that I sort of like got a budget for from my label. Like my label treated it as a totally serious music video production. Like it wasn't treated as some like DIY. Like they really like kept standards really high, and like they were like monitoring everything I did and stuff. So they didn't go easy on me at all. But I'm really grateful, honestly, to my label for believing in me and like letting me do that, because it's so unconventional. Like it took a bit of convincing, but the fact that they even went along with it, I think it's so cool.
It looks amazing. So like, well done.
Thank you so much.
Amazing job.
Right.
Yeah.
If you were to win the Dance Melody Grand Prix, given the chance to represent Denmark and Eurovision in Liverpool, what will this mean to you, and what do you change any part of your performance to adapt a bigger stage?
I think it would mean so much. I think it really would be a dream come true, because I think it's bringing together all of the things that I love the most. You know, it's being creative, performing, and it's music, and it's my own music that I've written. And then on top of that, I'd be able to represent a country that I love, and a country where I'm from, and sort of like being able to represent the people that are my people. You know what I mean? Like there's something really special in that. I always, even when I'm in LA or New York, whatever, I always look back and I always look at home, and there's a special connection that we always have to where we're from, or like where we're raised or grew up and stuff. So I think in that sense, it will be such a dream come true. There was a second part to your question I forgot. You said,
if you could like if you have
the performance. So the stage, yeah, we would definitely upgrade the staging, because the staging is going to be much bigger. It's going to be a bigger arena, and I'm sure we'll be able to do a bunch of other things. So maybe the ideas that me and my team have written down that we maybe couldn't do for this show because of limitations, we'll pull those out again for the the finals.
Amazing. So what else can we expect from you this year after like Dance Melody Grand Prix? More songs, collabs, a tour, anything like that? Like what can we expect to see you doing this year after Dance Melody Grand Prix and all that?
You can expect more songs for sure. I definitely want to put out more music this year. I think that's what it's all about. I think for me, I'm so new in this. I'm still sort of like I'm still sort of like I'm looking for this I'm looking for this term, but I'm so new, right? I've just started releasing music. So I think for me, it's just about keeping going with that, like putting out more music and hopefully be able to do this more. You know, like I feel so grateful for being able to do what I do. I think I just feel so privileged that I can do music and I can make a living off of music. So that's really what I want to do. But hopefully I just want to grow an audience, you know, bigger and be able to do more music videos and hopefully have a song that really connects with like a lot of people around the world. That really is my dream.
I mean, you got some new fans already. Hi.
Exactly. I'm making progress.
You're already starting that journey. Literally, Eurovision. Always, you get like the bass and the momentum grows and grows and grows and grows, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, international fans, like everyone's here. Like, hi, we love you.
What do people think of the lineup in Denmark? How do they feel about that?
I'm really happy with it. Like, I was very impressed compared to last year as well.
It's a really strong year compared to.
I was like, I love your song so much. I also really like Aya's song. I forgot the rest of them, but I remember I liked them more than I liked last year's one.
Yeah.
Aya's definitely my favorites. Yours is like, I have it on repeat on Spotify right now, for example.
Oh my God, that's so cool. Thank you so much.
It's alright. It's a great song, so why wouldn't I listen to it? That's my logic.
I love it.
It was released. I was like, Cara, I'm obsessed with this song already. Like
I was like, same.
Yeah.
That's
Well-
great. Thank you so much.
And I think that Denmark never sent something like this to Eurovision, so it's good that you enter with such a song that is like super radio friendly and really
Yeah.
modern. Because Denmark sometimes they just send songs that are not very current or very like radio friendly, or you know.
Or like not like exciting. Like Denmark, I found in recent years they don't send stuff that's like enough to make him stand out, right? So
Right.
people aren't gonna like remember them in their heads and stuff. But your song, I feel like your song plus your aesthetic is like can be really like memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's, like,
I
really
think so
helpful.
too. I think that's definitely what I hope is that I'll be able to bring out a song that people really like and enjoy, and a performance that people enjoy. But also, like you said, I want to bring like a full experience, you know, with the hearts and with the staging and like the colors and stuff. That's really what I want the most.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's what Eurovision is basically. In the end of the day, like it's not only the song, it's everything, you know, the staging,
Yeah.
performance, the aesthetics, everything. So
Mm.
You can't just win on a song, you have to have the whole thing to win.
Do you- I have a question for you guys. Do you have any like tips for me? What should I? Because you guys obviously know what you're talking about, right? You've been doing this for a while and been fans.
yeah.
So what should I focus on? What can I improve? Like, give me all the tips.
Like what sort of like what specifically do you want to tip on? Because we can tell you everything and anything.
Performance, promotion, song. I don't know. Like I think like to be memorable, you need to have like something like people really like sticks in their minds. You know what I mean? Like
I think
a performance that people will be like, oh my god, this is very impactful. Like I really
And also,
remember it.
by going viral, you know, do you know one of the Norwegian, obviously you have tons of followers on TikTok, right? One of the Norwegian girls, Alessandra, her song's gone viral on TikTok, and now people are like, she win the whole competition. But before they were like, nah, she's just another Nordic, like Norwegian.
interesting.
Like, I don't know,
Wow.
like,
Okay.
I put a video or had her song on a background of Miss Ukraine from Miss Universe, like
Yeah.
the speakers and stuff, and then she's gone viral. She's absolutely love Alessandra. But like
Wow.
if you make like a viral video or something, like get your followers and something like that into it, or like a
Nice.
challenge or something that makes you go viral on TikTok, people will talk about you more and more.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that really helped Alessandra and also Jona, one of the Norwegian guys as well. He's gone really viral on TikTok and also in Norwegian charts. That's probably going to help, but he's not opening the show, which might not
Oh,
help.
cool. I'll check them out. I haven't heard of them.
One of them's a Norwegian, no, Ekko Inni Mai by Jona, and then Alessandra's Queen of Kings. So you might have heard one on TikTok. I don't know though.
Okay.
So I would definitely say that. And also just like in the interviews and like anything you do, like just be yourself. Like don't just like, because I feel like I've seen it, this is why I wanted to do my own channel. Like people would just are like awkward and like being like they look bored, and it doesn't really like get the message of song across and everything like that. Just like maybe like a fun promo thing. Something like one of the contestants a couple years ago did like a called the Freaky Tour, and she like toured around and did like vlogs and stuff of her traveling
Nice.
Europe. And like it was really nice, like just that sort of thing. If you want any
That's
tips,
so fun.
ask me anything but anything you ever want, I can give you tips.
Nice. Yeah, you're like a fountain of
Yeah,
information.
and also
knowledge.
I'm like really young. I'm 19, right?
Nice.
So I can kind of get an idea what people, at least in the UK and age, like.
Yeah.
like.
Are you on TikTok a lot? Like, do you feel like you know like what people are into and stuff?
Oh yeah, I spend too much time on that app.
Okay. Welcome to the club.
I mean, you have 10 million followers. I have 102. So I think
No.
we're a little.
Yeah. How many do you have?
140 followers on my private account.
Okay.
We're like very different.
Okay.
I just
There's
like
a lot of people. A lot of people say 144, but they mean 143K. So I just wanted to double check.
no, like look, if I go onto my app right now, it literally says, that's my likes. Oh, 143.
Okay. Well, you lost one then.
Oh yeah, that's sad. It's fine.
That's sad.
It's fine. I don't know who, and I don't care. I don't post on it anymore.
I'll
I don't
follow
go
you.
through-
I'll get you back up to 144.
Oh, I appreciate it. You get literally anything you want, tips on anything, show, performance, the fans, the atmosphere, anything you ever want to know, we
Ask
will
us,
know, or
literally.
you know someone who knows it. So we can tell you
Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you guys so much.
The last competitors, we can tell you them because we know them.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
No, basically, I don't say you happen to win, like you need to go to like all these pre-parties, like to show your song to people. So also like people will get to know you in person and also get more close to them, because we really love that. Like the Euro fans, we really love like when artists are really close to us and
I love that.
nice and you know, also like, also maybe you can do like a Q&A in Instagram or whatever, and people can tell you like, oh, so I should improve, I would improve this, I would improve that, you know what I mean? Like being just open for suggestions and feedback from the people.
Like,
That's
I know some of the Norwegian team are doing live streams with one another. Like there's one guy called Kyle and Sandra, they've been doing live streams together, and that's probably helped them as well. I'm also like, I found it just becoming talking to these artists and like becoming like friendly with them. Like it's really nice. I literally become friends with two of the Norwegian guys by now. They're literally
Nice.
why are you eating a caterpillar? And I'm like, it's not actually a caterpillar, but you know, I think that the more personal the interaction is, the more people like this stuff more.
Yeah.
That's how I find it, at least. Like I feel like we did an interview last week with this guy from Norway called Allison, and I liked his song before, but hearing him talk about what it meant to him, like his door show and all that, made me feel like a lot more towards it. And then I heard the actual song and performance, I fell in love with it and voted for him, even over my favorite in the competition that day. I was like, no, he was better. I'm voting him. So
makes sense.
Yeah,
we haven't got much time.
Just ask us. If you ever have another question about Eurovision, just ask me or Cara or Bea, and she can tell us. But yeah, literally, like we've been following Eurovision for a very long time, so we know what works and what doesn't. So.
Don't worry, you got your back.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's continue with we have a few questions left, so let's finish, and then we can talk more when we finish if you want. I think now it's Antonio's turn, right? No, or no, it's me. Sorry, it's me. Yeah, sorry. So okay, let's continue. So talking about Dance Melody Grand Prix, that we already said that it's a very strong year because it's like different to other years. There are more like more variety this year, more songs that really stand out and really can make a good impact in Eurovision. How do you feel about the competition? Do you know the other contestants before that press release on the day that the participants were announced? And also, how do you feel about competing in such a contest as Dance Melody Grand Prix?
I didn't know the contestants before we met. So we met before the press release was came out, because we did some filming for the show that we did that way prior. So that was the first time I saw them or I heard of them or I knew them. And we didn't know any of the songs, so it was just all a big mystery. And I feel good about the competition. I feel good about the lineup. I think it's really great that there's a strong lineup and the songs are really great. Like I said, I think my song fits very well among it because I think it's quite different, but it also sort of like is along the lines of the other songs, but in like a different flavor of it. And yeah, but I, you know, I started out not being so competitive because I was like, yeah, I just want to, this is like a fun opportunity. I get to perform in front of new eyes. And like I said, I just wanted to do something in Denmark, really. But now that we're getting closer and closer, I feel like I find myself getting more and more competitive, and I'm like, that's not good because I want to like just enjoy it and not feel stressed. But it's fun. Yeah, I'm excited.
It's great. So, do you watch Eurovision usually? And do you have any favorite acts from Denmark, from any other countries, anything like that?
I have had a very close but loose relationship to Eurovision growing up, because it was always on. I remember my mom used to always put it on and I used to always sort of watch it, but I think I was just in awe of all the like staging and like all the outfits and the sort of like fire, like all that, the craziness of it. So I don't think I ever really like listened to any particular song, like found a favorite. I think I was just like really in love with the whole thing. And that's sort of like been my experience all up until now. So I'm excited to be like have a closer point of view to Eurovision.
Amazing. That's so fun though as well. Like I'm jealous you get the chance to go to Eurovision rather than just sit at home. Can't sing. If you want to hear me sing, you might like.
You can't sing. You can.
No, if I sing, your ears are gonna start bleeding.
Wow.
So you might not want to hear it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna sing. I also don't want to like sing your song and then like make your song like ruin your song for you. So
you'll butcher it.
Yeah, I will. I'll ruin it for you.
You should do like a challenge in TikTok or something, and we will do it. Like.
Yeah, I can. Maybe put on like a really heavy auto tune.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Or a filter or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like I think that's all the questions we have planned for you now. Finished. So yeah.
Nice.
we came to the end of the interview. So yeah, thank you so much for accepting our interview to both Eurovision Fantasia and Spain Eurovision Info. And yeah, we wish you the best luck for the 11th of February. We'll be rooting for you, and we can wait to see everything, like your video, which is already out, your TikTok challenge, if there is one, and also some sneak peeks about your performance, so we can, you know, match you together from the from the distance. Yeah, and I would really hope to see you in Liverpool, and hopefully in all the pre-parties if you happen to win Dance Melody Grand Prix. And yeah, even if you don't win, please come back to dance with us, because we really love artists, like fresh artists like you know, like bringing all these new songs and new genre to Eurovision. Yeah,
Amazing.
before we leave, if you could send a message to our followers for both channels, that would be amazing. And yeah, thank you so much and best of luck.
Nice. Thank you so much. I mean, thank you guys so much for doing this and for having this or wanting to talk to me. It's such an honor. I feel so great being able to do this. And my message, I think, to Eurovision fans, I think it's just to keep being fans, you know, of music and performing, and just keep enjoying it, because that's what it's all about. It is a competition, but we just want to enjoy it and have a good experience and have fun while doing it. And I just want to bring all the best sort of like entertainment and experiences to all the fans. So
yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, guys.